Hello YouTube, it's Louise, the Big Head Bookworm. Lovely to see you. Hope you're well. Hope you're having a good day wherever it is you are and whatever it is you're doing. Welcome to my spare room that has yet to be coordinated yet. That is still in a state of disarray, although it's slightly better than it was, but still pretty bad. And welcome to the latest episode of Yarn Chat. Hello, how are you? Are you having a good day? As you know, if you're new here, welcome. If you're a returning viewer, welcome back. Lovely to see you. This is the video, Yarn Chat of the videos, where I sit with you and we have our own yarn group. It is where we knit and we stitch and we crochet and we talk about all things crafty that we're interested in. Everybody is welcome here, no matter what you choose to do, or if you just like to sit down with people and have a good old natter and look at some pretty things that they may have made and the mistakes that they may have made and the lessons that they have learned, and we just kind of relax and have a chat, you are most welcome here. The fact you are here means you were called to be here, and I for one am super pleased that you are here. I like to light a candle at the beginning of the yarn chats, set the intention. I need to get something fancier than this. You see other people's fancy ones. Oh, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So it is a pear and blackcurrant candle, which is just beautiful. And my intention is that I create with this candle, with the power of this candle and the heat and the light that comes from it, that everybody here is welcome, and that this is a little space out of your busy life, whether it's busy with lots of things to do, or it's busy in your mind, busy in your heart, all the places that we can be busy, then this is your little space where you can come and sit down and know that you are welcomed here, and that I for one are very pleased you are here. So come in, sit down, grab yourself a drink. We have teas and coffees and herbal teas galore. I myself am having a sparkling water. It's just a bit early in the day for an alcoholic drink. Maybe we should do a late night yarn chat. That sounds a bit saucy. So yes, I'm having a sparkling water. Let me have some. Joan has made some cakes. Thank you, Joan. Little fairy cakes. Not gluten free. So for anybody that's gluten intolerant, don't have one of those, but there are some flapjacks that should be fine for you. So let's get crack-a-lacking. So last time, which was probably about a month ago, oh my gosh, so in these videos I allow myself to just chat, because we're all friends here. If we're here, we're friends, and we're just going to sit down and have chat. And so in these yarn chat videos and these, you know, where we sit, I kind of feel that we can be a bit more open than I would do in the booktube videos. So the booktube videos, I try to, although I do chat, I'm not going to go full in depth into things, but these videos I might actually kind of talk more about it. So August has just been really, really busy. We had holiday and I did lots of crafting on holiday. And then since we've come back from work, since we've come back from holiday, we've had issues with both our cars. We've had issues with our cars before we went on holiday. Went travelling down to Cornwall with a car that wasn't very happy, which had some few tense moments, but he did very well. The car did very well and lasted through the holiday. Since the holiday, not been very well, either car. So we've had one fixed, the other one's been fixed, has broken again. Oh, it just is an ongoing thing, and it looks like it's the very expensive repair that we have to do. Darn it. So that actually at one point meant I couldn't get to work because I had no transport. The person that lives nearby that could possibly give me a lift was on holiday. That was very selfish of her. So I couldn't even get a lift into work, and there's no public transport that could get me into work, you know, under about 3.5 hours. So I actually had to take some days off, which was not good. But although it was good because it meant I could actually do some much needed decorating. The reason we're doing the decorating and that we're really focused on getting some things done in the house is that we're having a big family party here in 2 weeks' time. We've had big family parties in the past, but we've not had one in this house, and it's to celebrate our 25th wedding anniversary, which was earlier in the year. But we decided we would have a party in September because we thought the coronavirus kind of restrictions would have relaxed, which they have, and like virtually everybody that we know has actually had it, and so they've had vaccines, and so that there's a good chance that people could come, which they can, which is great. We haven't got as many nephews and nieces as we'd hoped, but actually that's worked out because otherwise I think we'd be really panicking because of space. And it's just a lot to organise when we're both working full time, and there's a possibility now that the husband might be going away to Florida the week before, maybe. Hoping it's the week after, but it might be the week before. Oh, can you just hear the stress in my voice? And work, the person that I work alongside, she's my manager. When she goes away on holiday or has any time off, I expand my hours to cover her work so that we can cover. There's some I can't cover her work all the time, but I cover a lot. We need somebody there all the time, and so I've had to expand my hours in the last fortnight, which has not been the best timing. So it's just had, and so there was one day I worked 6 days flat, just 6 days straight, and they were long days and all sorts of things. And then I got had one of my stress reactions because of all the stress. So I'm slightly swollen. I don't know whether you can tell. I'm slightly swollen here. I got a blocked saliva duct or gland, and I just went like that. So I actually was off on Friday, looking like a hamster on one side of the face. It's just been a thing. The whole of August and the beginning of September has been big. And if you've been here any length of time, you will have heard me say I don't actually relish that. I like quiet and peace and, doing a little bit here and there and spending time with my family, but, not too... So it has been a thing. I don't know whether if you can relate to that. There are some people that get, that are extroverts and get energy out of being with people and having experiences and doing lots of stuff. And then there are people like myself who's an introvert who expends energy like that. And the only time I can refill, I can get my tank fuller, keep my tank full, is having downtime, is having time away from people. So that week that I worked 6 days in a row, I was home for an hour and a half, and then we went away for 2 nights, which was brilliant fun. It was just the best. We went away to Birmingham nearby, and we went to see this amazing kind of cricket match that has been going. There's a cricket tournament that we've been following. We went to see 2 matches in one day, and it was brilliant. And Birmingham itself was brilliant. But that's not what I needed after working 6 days straight, was then to go away for 2 nights and manage all of that in a place that I didn't know. And so there was, again, so I came back from that beyond tired, up the next day, straight back into work. So it has been, hence why, stress reaction. It has been a lot. And I must admit, looking around, I'm like, wow, I really channeled some of my busy stuff to actually stop myself kind of spiraling out of like worry and this kind of stuff. You've got to have your ways of coping, and one of the ways I was coping was by crafting. And so I have done a lot of crafting, so I hope you've got your crafting to talk about too, and we can have a go round. I may hog it a bit by talking about what I've got, but you can tell me in the comments and we will chat, in the comments about what we've been working on. So today I've actually filmed a booktube video, which will already be up earlier today, and I was like, I need to do this yarn chat because I need to give this to somebody. There are 2 things I need to give to people, and I want to get it done. Well, one of them needs to be tomorrow, so I'm going to show you that first. And I have shown this on my Instagram, so if you're not following me on Instagram and you are on Instagram, then please come on over. I'm at louise.stinson, and yeah, I do show things on there. I'd like to be there more often than I am, but hey, maybe when it's a bit quieter I can do more. Oh my gosh, so this is what I showed on there. This is tricky to show you. Look at this. So this is a granny, why is it a granny square or just a crocheted square? Because it's not actually granny stitch, but it is kind of granny square blanket done in rainbow colours. So I alternated. I did this on holiday. So I was crocheting a blanket, which is just down there, on holiday, and I think I saw something that somebody had posted, or I just needed, it was Granny Square Day on Instagram, so there were all these granny squares coming up, and I thought, oh, I need to do some granny squares. And I actually didn't post them on Instagram, but am I showing it the right way around? Yeah, I am actually. And so I thought, no, I can't. I'll just start doing these granny squares. And then I thought, actually, this is going to be a blanket for a colleague at work who's having a baby, and I didn't know at that time what the sex was. I now do know what the sex is going to be for the baby. Now the baby isn't due until, I think it's Christmas Eve. It's either Christmas Eve or Christmas Day. I think it's Christmas Eve. So it's her first baby. It's unlikely that she'll have it on Christmas Eve. However, she is due. She's actually left work now, but somebody is going to see her tomorrow. And so I said, is there any chance I can give her, I can wrap this up and give it, and you would take it for me? And she said yes. So I had done it actually for the middle of August, because that's when I thought I was going to be able to see her, but I haven't been able to see her. But it didn't matter because it's tomorrow. Long story short, this is going to be wrapped up after I've shown you. And given to her. So it's a blanket. So she was a fellow student when I was a student at work. She was a year after I was, and we overlapped for a year, and then she's just finished, and she's a lovely, lovely lady, late 20s, first baby, very excited about it, very pleased with her bump and that kind of stuff, and it was really lovely. And I just thought, do you know, it will be a real pleasure to crochet her a blanket. And I've not done a couple of years ago I did a granny square crochet blanket for a colleague's daughter, and I really enjoyed it, and I haven't done one since. And I thought, oh, I was using rainbow colours in the other blanket, and I thought this is a different way of doing it. So I did 3 squares of each rainbow colour. So is there any way I can show you it and it not blow out? There we go. Yes, like that. So this square is candy floss. And then we have some Stylecraft Special DK, special double knitting. That's apricot. Then we've got, you see that? Is that coming up? Lemon. Make sure I can get the colours. Spring green. Sherbet, which I don't think it looks, and I would never think of that blue as sherbet, but it is apparently. What is this purple? Oh, that's right, lavender. And then what is this? I don't know what this colour is. So kind of a pinky purple. I wonder if I've got the ball band somewhere. Let me have a look if I've got the ball band. It might be, but I haven't. What do you? Might have to look up on my Instagram to see what it is. Oh, here we are. I've got some Clementis. There we go. Special DK. That's what it looks like. Stylecraft Special double knitting. It's 100% acrylic. And it was Clementis. So it's 100. Yeah. It's 100% acrylic. I find it really good for blankets. Sherbet. Very much started by my collecting of this was started by Lucy of Attic24, the blog and the Instagram. And yeah. And then the other colour, this colour isn't white, it's actually cream. Now, I don't often use cream. I'm burping because of the sparkling water. I don't often use cream. I don't use cream because I don't wear cream. Bizarrely enough, cream just doesn't suit me. White suits me, but cream doesn't suit me. Makes me look grubby, if you know what I mean. I look like I need a wash. So yes, but I was talking to the ladies when I just needed to buy an extra ball of, well, I can't remember which colour it was. I just needed to buy an extra ball of something. And then I was thinking, I think I might get a white. And then I said, do you think I should get a white or a cream? And the ladies that I was buying the wool from, the yarn from, said, oh, I think cream. And it's easier and it's not so it doesn't stand out as much. With something like that you're going to use a lot of, the white could dominate. And they're absolutely right. Using the cream means the colours sing and are balanced by the cream. So I'm so pleased with that. So I used the square that I did was inspired by Spring Blanket Crochet Pattern. It's the basic square that is used in that pattern, which is by Maria's Blue Crayon. This is a paid for pattern from Etsy, which I used to do the previous blanket, and it is my go-to square. It's very quick, very easy, looks really nice, and I find it very reliable on the sizing. So I don't tend to get one size longer than the other. I can replicate it pretty exactly, square after square after square, so which means putting it together is a lot easier. So I did 3 of each colour, and then I did 3 creams for each colour as well. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 colours, so I did 21 creams. Then I edged it with a simple English terms double crochet, American terms single crochet. Then I created this border. Now what you might have spotted is that the border changes colour. So it's got the cream borders, 2 double crochet English terms, and then it's got a half treble in a changing colour. And what I did was I created a magic knot ball, which if you look at Bella Coco's YouTube channel, you can find out how to create a magic knot ball of all the colours that are in the blanket. I did it of the same lengths of each colour, and then I just wound it up. And I'm just trying to see if I can find what I had left. I don't think I can. And I just went round it with a half treble and created that pattern. No, I can't remember where it's gone. It's gone. So yeah, so I did that, and it created this changing pattern, this changing colour, and it just adds a little splash of colour all the way around. And you get this moment where here with the apricot of the border has matched with this square, and I didn't deliberately try to match at all. I just let the colour go. And then serendipitously halfway round you get these colour matches, so it seems to be really nice. So it's quite a big size for a baby blanket, which I can't really show you, but yeah, that's it. And then I did, I did double crochet, half treble, double crochet. That was the border, adding a little extra in the corners to get me around the corner, which looks like that. So that wasn't a standard, so that's just an easy border to do. I do find when doing a blanket, if you add a border, it instantly finishes it. It instantly makes it look better. And I don't think borders need to be super fancy. I was looking up in my crochet book over there for doing a much fancier border, but I think with the changing colours, I didn't need to do it. So yeah, just show you this bit again. So you can see the square. And there we go. So that is going to go for baby Jones. I don't think I'll ever see her again, because she's not coming back to work after she's had the baby. So, but there's going to be a little baby out there that will be wrapped up nice and tight in my blanket. It was made for love, the little baby, and it was nice knowing I was making it for that baby. So put a bit of loving energy in it. So there we go. So I shall wrap that in some very nice wrapping paper after I have finished this, and I will be able to take it to work. And yeah, that can be given to her tomorrow, which is lovely. It's really nice to have that thought. The other blanket I was working on, you haven't actually seen. So last time you saw me, I was working on a crochet blanket by Hannah's Crochet. Oh, I can't remember her name. Hannah's. Let's just find it. Bear with one moment and I'll get the proper name. Hannah Daisy Crochet. I'd made a couple of them. It's the Iced Gem blanket by Hannah Daisy Crochet on Instagram, Hannah Edgerton, and that's what the pattern looks like. It's a paid for pattern. She does it as the Ice Gems. And I saw somebody, I think it might have been the Crochet Attic, was using rainbow colours. So I was using colours that I just had and was kind of doing blues and greens. I didn't like it and pulled it out actually in the end. I was not wanting to work on it because I didn't like the colours. So I decided to do the rainbow. So the rainbow colours that's why I had the colours, because I was doing this. So this is it. This is my finished blanket and it is a rainbow. Now I'm going to try and turn you, excuse the mess, and show you the blanket. Oh, I can't show you all of it. I'd like to just be able to show you the range of colours. There we go. That's the full range of colours. That's the full range of colours. So it's a standard kind of baby blanket size, lap blanket size. So I think this might be I think this might be 120 stitches, 119, one for turning. Or it might be 109, I can't remember. It's one or the other. I can't go into what the stitch is because it's paid for pattern. However, it's very easy. It's a repeat and then puffs, and you just repeat with each colour. It is a very easy pattern once you've got it in your head. It is so easy to just sit there and listen to something or talk to somebody or sit in the car whilst going to Birmingham or anything like that. You can just, or sit in the car whilst going down to Cornwall. Anything like that, you can just whip through. I find I can do one of those, kind of one whole section and then a line of puffs at least a day, and that's with having lots of other stuff. So I've started another blanket for somebody else. Blanket crazy I am at the moment. All the babies. So I find I can do that. I can actually do it really quickly now. I think I've done it. So this was my third and I'm now on my fourth, and I really like it. I think it's a really effective pattern. I did this with white, so this is all the special DK colours that I've just shown you, and then these puffs are actually done in white, and I actually like them in white with this because I think that white, you need that pop with this. However, the blanket I'm actually working on in a moment, I'll show you, I'm using the cream because I've got the cream left over and it works as well, so either way is fine. So that's that finished. I did the same, used the same knot ball when I was doing the pattern, doing the border. However, I just did 4 rows of double crochet, English terms, US terms, single crochet. So I did 2 whites, then 1 colour, then a white to finish, adding a little extra on the corner to turn, and that was easier. The reason I should have I'm looking at it now, I think actually having the half treble, which I think is in American terms is double crochet, actually makes it pop a little more. So that was a learning from that blanket. I would probably do double crochet, half treble, double crochet, English terms, US terms, single crochet, double crochet, single crochet. This pattern is written in English terms, but I find it's very, I find once you start a pattern in which terminology, I can follow it. It doesn't bother me. I naturally think English in crochet and in knitting rather than continental, but yeah, there we go. There we go, isn't it lovely? So this is for my niece. My niece's baby is due in 2 weeks' time. Well, she's actually due late September, but she's actually going to probably be induced, so she can't come to our do because it's going to be around that time. So whether her mum and dad, who are my brother and sister-in-law, will actually come, I don't know. It'd be a shame if they don't. I hope they do, even if it's just for a couple of hours, and then go. Babies take ages. Babies take ages. They can do anyway. So yeah, so that's for my niece. So that's all ready. I don't know. I think they're waiting to the birth to find out, which is how I did it. So yeah, that's our baby blanket. So that's 2 baby blankets. One for baby Jones, the other for baby Paul, I think. And then I have started another baby blanket, and I'm doing the Ice Gem blanket pattern because this is for my manager to give to somebody. So I don't take commissions for doing things. So people say, will you make that for me? And my answer is invariably no. And I find that the easiest way to do it, this is just from me to you, if you're a fellow crafter, you will have been asked at times, oh, that's lovely, will you make me one? And I find the easiest way is just to say no, straight away. Don't prevaricate, don't try to hesitate or anything like that. If you don't want to, say no. And I've had nobody take offence at me saying no. I don't make for other people. And I never give any other reason. I just say no. So people say, will you make that for me? And I go, no. And that's the end of that conversation, because as far as I'm concerned, no is a full sentence. That's it. We're done. I don't need to give an explanation. It's really it's a very freeing thing to get used to doing. So people say, will you make me what? No. However, my manager caught me, and I think it's because she's my manager. Well, it is because she's my manager, but she was admiring my previous blanket that I was finishing, not that one, the one before, and she was like, oh, it's so lovely. And I was like, oh no, because I do it at lunchtime at work. And she's like, oh, I said, I finished, look, I finished it. And she's like, oh, it's so lovely, really is lovely, would you make one for me? Because my friend's got a baby and they're having it in December. And I went, all right then. And she went, I'll pay for it. And I was like, okay. And she said, how much will you charge? And I was thinking, what, do I work out labour? Because that's just going to be ridiculous. It's going to be beyond what you could ever afford. So as the wool itself, the yarn itself is acrylic yarn, it's if it's £2, is it £2 10p a ball for 100 grams? It's very reasonable. And I won't use full balls even of this. So I was going to use stuff that I have at home as well, or that I've bought for previous ones, hence the sherbet coming out again. I said, all right, that's fine. And she said, how are you going to charge? So I have to charge something. So I said, £20, which somebody afterwards said to me, is that anywhere near? And I was like, no, nowhere near. The cost of my materials it will cover. And I enjoy doing it. So, yeah. I don't, as a rule, do commissions, but this time I will. So yeah. So this is sherbet, this is Cornish blue, and this is duck egg. I would have preferred cloud blue, but they didn't have any and I didn't have enough. So I'm actually doing duck egg, but I still think it's quite nice. The other colours that I'm going to use are, is that lapis? I think it might be lapis. As you can see, they are colours that I have got in my stash. That might well be either denim or that's denim. That's denim. So those are the other two colours. So I think that's lapis and denim. And the cream from the other one. And these I had in stock. In my drawer of delights over there. So I only started this Friday, and today's Sunday. So you can see how quickly. So that was Friday, that was Saturday, that was this morning. So I really can whip through that. The idea is I will get it done in the next 2 to 3 weeks. I'm sure I can. And pass it, and then I can give it to her, and then she's got it there and that. Crochet hook size. Thinking that looks like a 4. I normally use a 4 when I crochet with Stylecraft Special DK. I normally use a 4. My starting row is always higher, and I've used a 5. So I find that I am slightly tight on a starting row. So your starting chain and the first row, I always do in a bigger crochet. You can see the differences there. And then you don't get the bow at the bottom. You get a straight line because I am tight with my starting chains. I've only started doing it in the last couple of blankets, and it's made a huge difference. So I will pass that on with you. So there we go. That's my blankets that I've been working on. So you can see I have done 2 complete blankets, baby blankets, since I last saw you and finished them. And both of them have been blocked. Actually, I'm not sure. I might re-block that one. That has definitely blocked, and it blocked beautifully. That one I might redo. The weather's going to change in the next couple of days. I might have to get on that sooner rather than later. So in the last yarn chat, I was going to show you my finished crocheted succulent. I've got all the pieces. I've crocheted all the pieces. I haven't put them together. So I did get to it. Sorry, I had a bit of a close-up on my ear there. Just in this bag. This is the book I was using, Crocheted Succulents. This is the yarn I was using, which is Linen Drape by Stylecraft. This is not sponsored by Stylecraft, although it is beginning to sound like it is. And these are all the crocheted pieces together that I just need to. Oh, they're so cute. They've got little ones. It's called the pig ear. I think it's the pig ear succulent. And I need to stitch these together in a particular way and find a little pot and stitch them into the pot. So it's just a question of finishing it off. Let me find the picture of, oh, and stitch a little bit of red on the edge. So it's that one. That's what I'm making. So I need to stitch some red along the edges as well. So I've still got that to do. That is something that I've still got to do rather than doing it straight away. Because that's down there. Because I've been distracted with other things. What do I go to first? I think if you see my Instagram, you've met this creature already. Ooh. Isn't it cute? Oh, it is just adorable. It's an alien. Oh, it's so good. Let me show you the pattern. By RoKiKi. Alien. My scarf is a bit smaller than their scarf because I didn't actually have the right stuff, but look at that. Isn't it just adorable? So I don't know why I can't remember the thought trail that got me to deciding to do this, but I think I must have seen something on Instagram that made me want to crochet something. Oh, I know. I'm sorting out the bookshelves. Here we go. I'm sorting out the bookshelves, and I had some witchy books, and I had previously knitted a couple of small witches, and I put one next to the witches books. And we've got lots and lots of ghost books and haunting books, and I was putting them together, and I put one of my crocheted little ghosts, or little boos, next to the ghost book. So the witchy books had a witch, the haunting ghost stories, real true life ghost stories, had the little ghost, and so the alien books that we have, I thought, oh, I should do an alien. And then I thought, actually, I should do an alien for my brother, because my brother has been involved in a couple of programmes for television. It's on Blaze TV in the UK, on Roswell and on the Foo Fighters, which is when people in the military have seen aliens or seen unexplained aerial phenomenon. And so he was involved in a couple of those programmes, and I thought, I know, rather than making an alien for us, although I will do, I'll make him an alien. And so I looked on the internet and I went, crocheted aliens, and this pattern came up, and I thought, they are just the cutest. So this pattern came up, and I could get it from Lovecraft, so I did, although you can get it from Etsy as well. And I crocheted it, and I thought, well, I've got the stuff. I used this, which I'd actually bought for the succulents, but it didn't matter. So it's lime. Oh no, it's kiwi, not lime. Kiwi. I think I said lime before, but it's kiwi actually. 205. Catona, and the scarf. Let me see. I think is it ruby? It could well be ruby. Again, is Catona. Yes, it is. Yes, it's ruby. Yeah, it's ruby. So yeah, so I did. It was such a lovely little palette cleanser. I made him in a weekend, I think. It was super fun to sit there. He's really quick. So the only thing that kind of took me any time was actually I had run out of fibre filling, polyester filling, which I normally have bags and bags of it because I use it for various things. So this is what I've got at the moment. I would love to find a more eco-friendly version of it. That'll be something for the future, no doubt. But yeah, there we go. Oh, we've got a hair. Got one of my hairs on you. So I got this. So I gave him a silly name on Instagram and pitched it. And the husband absolutely loves him. And he is next to our our alien books. And so I said, right, I'm going to make us one so that I could send this to my brother. And I did us a grey. So if you like aliens at all, then you'll know that they're quite often called greys. And so I went and got some grey cotton. Actually, it's bamboo and cotton, because I was looking for the shine and it hasn't quite got the shine of the other one. This is Stylecraft as well. Stylecraft Naturals, bamboo and cotton, which you can use for crochet. It's a little bit splitty, but not too bad. But it doesn't quite have the shine of that one. So, and I cut the eyes slightly differently by accident, not by purpose. I did him a slightly thicker scarf because I thought the other scarf was a bit weedy. And I had this cotton in my stash from years ago. So I bought this to make a top, which was a terrible idea because it grew. I have got loads of that left over, so yeah. So now the husband doesn't want to get rid of either of them. I'm like, no, we're going to have to. So I don't know. One of them is going to go to my brother and the other we're going to keep. So I'm going to say to the husband after this, you need to choose one or the other. You can only have one. So you can either, my brother can have the grey and we'll have the little green man, or vice versa. So yeah, so these are my two little aliens. Aren't they brilliant? And they're super quick to make. Really beautiful pattern, really lovely. My two little aliens. So yeah, the hook size is 2.5 I'll say milliliters because of work. 2.5. Yeah, they often suggest. Oh no, it says 2.5 to 3.5 millimeters on there for the Catona. The bamboo actually suggests 4 millimeters. No, that's knitting needles, 3.5. But I used 2.5 and it was nice. I think you need to do that for toys. So if you're doing making toys, I think you do need to, just moving the candle away from the yarn. You need to make them a bit tighter than you would do normally because you can't have the fibre coming out. I need you to stand there as well. So there we are. So there's my two little aliens that I've made. So I have masses of this. How much? 100 grams in a ball, and I have a good probably 80. Maybe not quite an 80, but a fair amount. This was a 50 gram ball, and I've probably got about 20 grams left. So obviously this took less. I think it's because it's a DK weight, and that is not. That's 4-ply. So that's what I use for that. Got loads of that left. So yeah, so there's my two aliens. Do you like? So here's the pattern again if you're interested. RoKiKi has quite a few patterns on Love Crafts, which used to be Love Knitting and Love Crochet, and then they rebranded it to Lovecraft, and is now this. You can get aliens in jumpers, you can get surfer aliens, you get swimmer aliens. I'm very tempted to do a whole alien set, I must admit, because they were really enjoyable to sorry, I'm having a hot flush. Really enjoyable to make. Woman of an age, having a hot flush. Oh, I don't flush, if you can tell. Probably tell it here. That's the only place I really tend to actually show that I'm having a hot flush. They're quite bad at the moment. It's nothing to do with the heat of the weather. I think it's just where I am in my phantom cycle that I'm in, or I don't know, but They are, there you are, you can see I've just gone a bit red there, but I don't actually flush on my face. Some people at work, it's quite a lot of us of an age, that you can actually see it kind of coming up, and that's worse because then they feel embarrassed. It's natural, which is why I'm talking about it. How long have I been talking at you? I've already been talking at you for 45 minutes. Oh, are you all right? You might want to pause me for a bit, actually. Or pause me, go and get yourself another drink from over there. If I carry on at this rate, we will actually be doing that late night yarn chat. And I'll be cracking open the wine for us all. And I'm refusing to do any edits. So you're going to get me slurping water and having a hot flush. So that's my Alien by RoKiKi. As I was saying, I do love her designs, her patterns, and so I have got another one, which I bought at the same time. I have the pattern on my phone as a download, but we've got a new printer, and actually I do find it useful having it as a paper copy as well. Skull wax strip candle. And you crochet the candle, and then you crochet that, and then you do that. I think, having looked at it, I need to make a disc to go at the bottom and at the top to get it to keep its shape, apparently. Rumour has it. Candle. I can't show you much more because it is a paid for pattern. Yeah, then you do the skull wax strip. It's because Halloween's coming up. It's mad, isn't it? I think they're brilliant. And then you do the flame at the end. You got a chart for the flame and written instructions. There we go. That's what it's going to look like. How mad is that? I thought I'd give that a go. Really fun, pretty quick. I haven't done anything like the drips before, so I thought that would be fun to do. Yeah. That's what I'm doing. Here, I actually had to go and buy some of the cotton. I thought I had the cotton to use, but I didn't. However, I've seen patterns. I have got patterns for pumpkins. So I actually thought I might have a look to see if there are any other patterns. I've actually found patterns for smaller pumpkins and toadstools that you can make a garland out of. So I'm tempted to do that. And I thought, well, I'll use these colours for that anyway. So I treated myself to these, and they're £2.25 a ball. I should actually be sponsored by Stylecraft for this particular video. It's just what is actually in the shop, to be honest. I wasn't going for Stylecraft. I would have gone for the other one. I would have actually gone for that Catona if they had them, but they had this. This is organic cotton. It's called Naturals. It's quite similar. It's not as shiny. It says it's DK weight. What time? Saying 4mm for the hook, but looking at it, I think I'm still going to use. I think the pattern is 2.5 millimeters. Oh my gosh, I'm losing my mind. I think that'll be fine. That's how I check. So there we go. Stylecraft Naturals Organic Cotton. How much is in this ball? 50 grams. So it was £2. I think £2.25 a ball. And I got this one. I got black for the candle. This is iron shade. Iron. For the wax, the candle, I got poppy, which you must admit is nice and bright and red. And then for the flame, I got buttermilk, which is nice, isn't it? Can I get it to be less shiny? No, I can't. There we are, buttermilk. I got flax, which is quite a nice basic kind of beige, I suppose. And then the orange that they had was carrot. They did have a much brighter orange, but I didn't want super bright, so I went for carrot. And I think these will work for pumpkins and toadstools. So those 4 I think will work for anything autumnal that I have, that I kind of see. Would you agree? Obviously the black. Well, the black might work as well, so that's the colours that I've got. They work quite well together as a little kind of collection. So £2.25, I think, as I say, £2.25. So altogether it was £11.25 for those. So I shall make my skull. I don't think I will use all 50 grams. I certainly won't of the flax, and you can see how big that flame is. I'm hardly going to use any, am I? I'm going to have lots left. Yeah, they suggest getting one ball each. They use durable coral and Catena, SMC Catena. The patterns are in American terms, American crochet terms, but I can just translate them into English terms in my head, or just follow them as American terms. Either way, it'll be fine. So yeah, so that's it in my very old bag that I made years ago, which I have got loads of material to make more bags. Look, if I show you, hold your hat, look at all of those fat quarters there. And I've got loads, I've got stacks of material to make more bags for myself and for my other my other crafty friends. So I'll put that there. So yeah, so 2 blankets, 2 aliens, blanket on the go. I'm going to start that maybe today. What else have I got? 2 more things and then we're done. This has been waiting to be finished for weeks, and I need to just trim the ends. That's one thing about doing it in here, everything is to hand. There we go. This is a dishcloth. So our bathroom, which is next door, it's not our colours, to be honest, but it is kind of yellow and peach, and it isn't our colours at all. But we are not going to have time to do it this year. I mean, hopefully. I think basically we're going to have to paint it. Don't know what we're going to do with the tiles. I know you can paint over tiles, but I don't know whether you can paint over tiles in a bathroom. Will that work? I don't know. It does need to be done, but that's kind of in a couple of years' time when we're not doing anything else, I think. But it is got this kind of yellow and peach, and I have got some kind of flannels and stuff like that I keep in there, and they're all the wrong colours. So they're all greens and reds and all the wrong colours. And so I had some of this sugar and cream cotton in my top drawer over here. I'm going to just go with it. There you go. The American. It's an American yarn brand. Sugar and cream. I had 1 yellow and 1 orange from years ago, which I bought to make dishcloths, I think. This actually, so that's it. That's what I got. So I used this to do this. This is the Wondrous Dishcloth Pattern by Jooles of So Sweet Violet, which is my favourite dishcloth pattern. I have done many different patterns for dishcloths or face cloths. This is my favourite pattern. It's actually done like that. I made a mistake in the middle there. Doesn't matter. You do it using the magic loop method. There's a tutorial when you buy the pattern. The back is plain. and then the front has this kind of texture. It's really good. It's really nice on your skin, but it's also really good for cleaning as a cleaning cloth. This is slightly too thick for the pattern. The pattern needs to use probably, is it Clohista? Probably that. But it's just too thick. So I kind of fought with it the entire time, and actually I've stopped. I haven't done as many repeats of the pattern as they should, and just kind of bound it off. But this is the perfect size, and I'm going to use it there. So I've done that. I am not going to, the idea was that I was going to make another one and then 2 more out of that. That says hot orange. This must have been sunny yellow or something like that. It's so blown out. There we go. But I just fought the whole time. I just literally felt like I was battling with the cotton. It didn't. If I'd gone up a hook, oh no, needle, because I knitted it. You knit these ones. Completely forgot what I did. So I used 4.5. I used my higher sharps. These are my higher sharps interchangeable set. This is the 32-inch cord. These are 4.5s. They are very sharp. I love them. They are my favourite knitting needles. You also need to use DPNs, and I use higher sharps DPNs that I have. These are 6 inches. That actually would have been better to have kind of slightly longer, but these are the standard 6 inches that I had in my little bag. I keep all my DPNs in this bag because I have lots of different sizes, and I find it really useful just to have them all together. So that's the higher sharps. What else have I got in here? Ooh, I've got some Addies. Addies Colombre, I think it says. Yeah. What else have I got? Oh, I've got some other hires. There we are too. So I've got all different kind of ones in here. Mainly hires or pony. They're hires. I like hires the best, to be honest. Yeah. I do have some ponies, but these are slightly ponies. There we go. So I keep them all in my bag like that, and they're easy to use, and if they pop out, I can find them. So that's done. I just wanted to show you it. It has been done and sat on that desk for months, and it just needed to be sewed off. And I did. And then last time, this little bag I made years and years ago, last time I was talking to you and I said, oh, I've got this thing to show you, and I never showed you it. And they were my needle stoppers, my needle toppers that I bought off Etsy. Aren't they lovely? And actually I used them when I was doing the Kitchener stitch to stop the cotton coming off the double pointed needles, the DPNs. So there we go. They have a hole inside. I don't know if you can see. There you go. They have a hole at the end, and you can stick them on your needles. And your wool does not come off. So I think you don't know about these things until somebody shows you them. That's what I think. You think, oh, my wool keeps falling off in my knitting bag. And then somebody says, why don't you get needle toppers? And you think, what? You can get little rubber ones or what have you. You can get lots of different designs of ones now. So I got little daisies. Are they lovely? So yeah, I got those from Etsy, so you can pick them up everywhere. But as I said, you never know about these things until somebody shows you. What is the one thing that you never knew about until somebody showed you? I would love to hear, because it could be that I don't know about it. And I'll go, oh, there we go. So I can now put that in the bathroom. Wondrous dishcloth. It's my favourite go-to pattern by So Sweet Violet. I can put that bag away. This is brilliant. I am clearing up as I go along. Final thing, It's the final thing. Diddly-doo, diddly-doo-doo. Is the sock I'm working on. I have finished another sock, which is back there, just needs the toe kitchened on the last sock, and so I decided I would show you that next time when I have kitchened the toe. Done the kitchener stitch to do the toe. So the current sock for the husband, coming up to winter. Wow. I had these. So I needed something to knit when we went to Birmingham. And so that's what it's Luminous Lime, and indeed it is, by Gamer Crafting. It's 100 grams of sock 4-ply fingering, 75% merino, 25% nylon, 400 metres. It is gorgeous. It's really, really enjoyable to knit. This is actually even more luminous in real life. It almost glows. You are not getting. I wonder if I move, can I get it to glow in the way that it actually glows? Let's see if I can move you a tiny bit and you actually get to see the glow. That's actually better. It has got this amazing glow. And you can see the picture of my little boy when I took a picture of him and he was covered in yoghurt and he was laughing at me. It's my little boy, who is now a hulking great big boy who's taller than me. So yeah, Luminous Lime. Oh my God, they're such lovely yarn to knit with. So nice, so nice. My standard knitting needle is, I shouldn't do that because I have new glasses. I don't need to look over. I think it's 2.25. Can't see it on there. I think it's 2.25. 72 stitches, 2.25. I used DPNs. I used 4 DPNs, and it's a very basic sock. Cuff down. Stupidly, I did a 1x1 rib. Normally I do 2x2 rib, and I did a 1x1 rib for those sock sock knitters amongst us. Why? I just suddenly found myself and I went, why have I done that? I have never done 1x1 rib as a cuff. I have always done 2x2. So it'll be interesting to see what the husband says, whether he prefers the 2x2 or the 1x1. I will do the same heel flap and gusset I always do. It's in my bag, which I pop in my, it's so easy. At the moment, this last week, I've been taking this to work and knitting on that at lunchtime. And there, I think, I'm finished. I think I have shown you. I haven't shown you everything. I've got a brand new crochet book for Amiguri. It's ambitious. It's ambitious. My head is not there at the moment, but I would love to. I would love to do something. I'm leaning on stuff while I'm sat here. I would love to have a go at it, this book. But we need time to see the book together. So I've got that. I've got my socks that just need kitchened, and I can show you those. I have got other things, but I can't face them at the moment. I have got cross stitch. I've got tapestry. Amount of sewing I've got, and I've got a party, a big family party in 2 weeks, and the husband flying to Florida, and the boy going back to school to start his GCSEs, which he's nervous about. Oh my gosh, work. There's a lot on that can get to you, isn't there? Do you know, if you're here now and it's just, you know, a lot of people have left and it's just us talking, wow. A, thank you. And B, we all have these times, don't we? We all have these times where it's a bit you look for the next couple of weeks and you think, I wouldn't plan it this way. But it's part of life's ups and downs and fast bits and slow bits. And I'm going to carve out each day, I'm going to carve out a bit of time where I sit and just reflect and listen to an audiobook or crochet, or just have a bit of time to myself to reflect and take a breath, I guess, and not get myself so stressed up that I give myself a stress infection. I've done it before in the past. It's one of my points of weakness. I think we all have points of weakness, which is where it kind of the first indication that we're stressed. We get, I quite often get migraines, but this was a real, this is a stress thing. So yeah, I've had a couple of people at work reach out to me and say, is this stress? And I was like, yeah. And they're like, you need to deal with this now. And I'm like, yes, you're right. This is the pebble before you get the stone, before you get the rock, before you get the boulder that tells you that you are allowing things to get on top of you. So yeah, this is it. This is it for us. So this is my little message to you. If you're having one of those busy periods or those times, then I know that I am with you and that I send love to you, and that we have had the candle alight the whole time, creating the warmth for us all. So my love to you. I hope you are well. I won't leave it as long. Well, it'll have to be in a couple of weeks. I will see you the other side of the party and I can tell you about it. I'm not going to tell BookTube, just yarn chat. We're a different thing here, aren't we? And we can talk yarn. Yeah, okay. Well, this has been lovely. This has been really lovely. Thank you so much for coming. My love to you, and let's do this again.